Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing absolutely well and happy Dasera to you and your family. But IT sector is not doing well. Last 2 3 months we have been observing lot of layoffs. On top of it, there is a visa issue in US related to tariff and everything. So it's not doing really well. And if you see the market for senior or mid senior, it is very difficult for someone to get a job. Not even cities like Bangalore, Pune, or Hyderabad, where relatively competition are less, opportunities are high, but these days getting a job, securing a job in Bangalore is also difficult. Now let us talk about TCS. I was able to connect few of the people who shared this information. But again, like, this is based on my knowledge. It may vary, and if you are in TCS, what you should do, I mean, it's very difficult to avoid such situation, but I can still give you some insight. If you're working for some other company, why we should afraid, or why should we should know all this stuff. I'll also talk about a very small video, but I'll give you a quick insight. So last 2 months back, basically TCS announced 2% of their workforce, to let them, let them go, and then 2% was approximately 12,000, but the numbers are high. So if you see the money control, so okay, they have created a list called fluidity. So that is made by, senior manager or the manager. So the idea is they will first, check. There are certain criteria, lot of criteria is involved, like number of days that you are on bench, your salary, your experience in TCS, everything. The majorly I'm hearing the affected. I mean, I have created one more video previously, you can also check that. So the my idea is quite right, and they are targeting 8 to 12 or 15 years of employee, with experienced folks. People are working from beginning, like 2012 or 15, they joined TCS and they are working with TCS. They are getting targeted. Now, why they are getting targeted? As per the TCS, there is a restructuring and also AI adoption, which apparently not correct. I mean, if you see, if you see, or if you are able to speak with any of those people who got affected, so they are saying they are on bench. So that is the minimum, bare minimal thing that TCS is considering. If you are on bench, you are at high risk. If your bench period is more than 3 months, it's very risky for you in at TCS. So if you're on bench, try to find a project as quickly as possible. And next up is all those things, if you are working for a support project, if you are working as a manual tester, there are certain roles which are not relevant in this IT industry as per AI adoption, right? So those roles are very risky. However, if you are working with a client, your chance of getting laid off is layoff is very less. So if you see the money control report, so they are saying a person who are on bench for more than 8 months, who are unallocated, they will give 3 months of salary, 3 months of, I mean, so TCS has 3 months of notice period. So as per severance pay, they will pay upfront 3 months of salary, which is not correct. So they are giving 3 months of basic pay. Now, if you know that salary structure of TCS, their basic pay is pretty low. So for an example, somebody is earning, say, 13 lakhs, so barely, he will make, say, 1 lakh per month. And if you see, dig down his pay slip, you will get to see around 40,000 is, maybe 40 or 35,000 is his basic pay. So TCS other components are pretty high. So the person will barely get, 1 lakh. If someone is having 13 lakhs of CTC, as per severance pay, they will get, only 1 lakh. So which is really less. Now, if person is, say, I mean, there are a lot of other factor also. So there are cases where TCS is saying early retirement option for senior people, wherein they will be able to give around 6 to 2 years, 6 months to 2 years of their basic salary upfront. Still, I believe this is slightly better, because if a person, like, who is working TCS for long, say 20 25 years, their basic pay is, say, for example, 1 lakh. Their, like in hand pay maybe 2.5 lakhs, and their basic pay is 1 lakh. Still, they will get, say, 24 or 25 odd lakhs. So that's like a good number. But if you considering, like, mid senior professional with 8 to 15 years of experience working as a assistant consultant or as a ITA, for them it is very hard to manage their finances with just 3 months of basic salary. Also, TCS saying like they are providing placement service outside the organizations. Once somebody uh, laid off from the organization, they will also provide 3 months support. But I mean, I don't believe this kind of thing, because it is very difficult for someone. So they might give a certain, like, I mean, course or something, but that we have to see. And so you can also see, the news, you'll get to know. So the major thing is the bench period. It is not the restructuring, it is not the AI adoption. So if someone is bench, they are really at risk at this point. So if you are at bench, try to find out a project as quickly as possible, if even if it is not as per your competency, I mean, as per your knowledge or as per your domain, try to get into a project. So that is one point. And one of the instance I heard that a person is given only 2 weeks of time in order to get a project. He was in bench, so 2 weeks is really less time. So if you are still not into project, try to find it. And there's a issue with this TCS approach, because with my experience I can say whatever TCS follows, other companies are just follow the same, like Infosys, Wipro, Cognizant, and all other companies. So like TCS has started work from office. They have also, other companies has also introduced hybrid, and they are now going possibly complete work from office structure. So if TCS is following this way to remove their employees, so other company, specifically Indian company, they may follow the same, though they do not have this policy, but they can introduce. So we have to be mindful not to spend a lot of time in bench. Also, you have to prepare your skill set so that even something happen, you will get a job outside, which is really difficult. But at this point, if you have seen somebody suffering due to the layoff, try to help them. Try to see if they need some like financial support, or at least from mental support, or maybe like if you can like share their resume at your in your organization, then it would be great. And just I wanted to let you know that the similar thing I experienced in Cognizant in 2019, when Brian joined from Vodafone UK. He joined as a CEO after Francisco de Souza. The same thing happened. He announced a layoff, not the numbers, but he told a lot of people will be getting affected, and that will start from, say, senior associate, like tech lead level. A lot of people they removed. Fortunately, on the higher management level, not so lower, like manager and like senior associate, they were still safe. But there was a, there was a almost 1 year fearful environment that was present in Cognizant. After that, in 2020 or 21 onwards, you have seen the exodus happen, like 30 or 38% of almost 40% attrition rate Cognizant attended. So after that, what has happened in a few years back, like what of that Brian has to go from the organization. So I believe this will stop. We call like TCS will remove obviously some of their employees, but this fear, the fear thing, or the whatever is happening, I believe it will stop in a while, maybe in this year or beginning of the next year. This process will stop. And also, like employees, mid senior employees or senior employees like us, will be able to work peacefully in the organization. So that is my take. If you have some more information to share, comment box is open. Let us discuss on this news, because this is by far, if you see in the last past few years, this is most disheartening and most difficult news to share. And the people are working TCS and not working in a project, or they are shadowing some project. It's very very difficult for them. Thank you.